Miss B with B Mobile Yacht, turning dreams into destinations, one face, one body, and one hard time at a time. All right, we are on the end of week 7 and the beginning of week 8, if I'm not mistaken. So I had a doctor visit this week, and it didn't go like I wanted it to go. And you have to go into my other group. My bariatric life is public, and I talk about that over there. Over here, I talk about health and fitness and putting on a good face for yourself, for the world, and getting your body right to live life, to work hard, and play harder. So, if you have not already done so, please like and subscribe, share. Anybody who's going through a weight loss journey, here's a young lady from North Carolina doing her thing. So this week was really more emotional than before. These emotions are coming up from out of nowhere. They're not all bad, but they're not all good. And they have to be dealt with appropriately. They have to be put in a place, a good, safe place where I can still function. So I've been doing a lot of journaling in between my meals, little short ones, not writing so many pages anymore. It's not a whole lot to say when you're doing the right thing. You know that what's happening in your life is a situation between your meals. It's a situation. It should not deter or change whatever you have planned for that day. So writing your meals out the night before helps you to go through, make sure you have your protein, make sure you're hitting your calorie goal, and anything else you want to look at, fiber. So the reason why I do my meals the night before is because at that night, there is no emotion affecting the prior day. There's nothing distracting you from that day at the time you're making it. When we have an encounter with someone and we change our food plan, there's a food change. Is it codependent? Did you change it because you met someone in the street and y'all want to go out to eat? Because, not to say you can't do that, but it's just not the best practice for weight loss. Not to say you can't eat out. You have a salad, or you have a protein and some steamed vegetables, maybe a little rice if that's what you do. But for me, going out to eat was an excuse to have a binge. So a binge is eating too much food at one setting, if you don't know what that's about. And I do know that there is a such thing as exercise bulimia, where people eat a lot of food and they exercise for hours to get it off. I've done that before when I was in college, but I don't have the energy or the power to do that right now. There's people who do vomit their food up. I never could do that. I tried it. It didn't work, thank God. Because I wouldn't have an esophagus right now if it would work. But for me, writing it down the night before, and my brother says he still does that to this day. He's been doing it for 20 years. But it makes you aware, and it also allows me to see about my portion sizes. Portion sizes are so important. We all know that meat is supposed to be like the size of your palm. That's really not a lot going on there. And if we go to restaurants, we get a lot more than that. That's another reason why restaurants are not my friend. They don't give you enough, they give you some protein, but they don't give you enough vegetables and healthy starches. So this week, I think I'm down 2 pounds from last week. I need to make a correction. So my scale showing that I've lost 50 pounds. The doctor's scale is showing that I've lost 40 pounds. And I have to lose 25 more. My scale says 10. So we're going to go by his scale. And until my scale is 10 pounds below the next range, I'm really not on the dot. So that was heartbreaking. And I have tried to reset my scale to collaborate it with everybody else's scale, but it's just not. I just have to know that the scale is 10 pounds minus. So if it says you weigh 500, you really weigh 490. And that's just it. My scale is not going back. I just have to know that. Anyway, other than that, I had a good week. I did my socializing. I didn't change what I was going to have because of the company I keep. And I just want to talk about food addiction just a little bit because I read this great book about it. And it was saying that surgery don't cure food addiction, which is cool. But food addiction is, we know what addiction is. In order for it to be an addiction, it has to have caused your life some strain. Something is off. So let me talk about mine. So, my knees hurt, my back hurt, this hurt, that hurt. That's a consequence of your compulsion to eat more food. It's not hurting because I'm alive and well. It's hurting because I'm putting more on my bones than they were designed for. Some people have or develop type 2 diabetes, and they have amputations because they will not change their food plan. We have people who have taken diuretics for so long that they have destroyed their system up and cannot use the bathroom without these products. Another thing that can happen as a result of this addictive eating is a mood change. Have you ever known someone that was mean as hell and so they got whatever they were craving, and then for that 20-30 minutes they were eating, you couldn't bother them, but after that they were cool? Yeah, that's a mood change. Have you ever thought about having for a food addict like me, you can be having a stressful day and you go buy the Krispy Kreme with the red light, you go get the Krispy Kreme with some milk, all your problems go away. Like, that's not normal. Problems go away because you did some work, you understand? Not drove through the drive-thru. So for me also, on my weight loss journey, I save a lot of money because when I start counting calories, I start counting my dollars too. When I'm not worrying about what I'm eating, I'm not worrying about what I'm spending. So that goes hand in hand. And when I'm eating clean, normally I meal prep. So I clean the kitchen up that one day, put everything in Ziploc bags, and then I don't have to worry about my kitchen being messy. So when I'm absent, I'm paying attention to a lot more things in my life, and other than just losing weight. However, I'm ready to get it off. I have had a lot of thoughts about being slim and skinny, and like, I know what I look like slimmer. I want to be back like that tomorrow, but that's not true. And I have to realize what I'm looking for in my eye is going to take 2 to 3 years of work. And it's time for me to get somewhere and sit down. Well, not really. Get somewhere and work out, not sit down. So yeah, it's been emotionally challenging. So food addiction involves the compulsive pursuit of mood change. Remember, we talked about this. Mood change. You had some anxiety, some stress, you went by such and such drive-through, you got something to eat, you feel better. That mood have changed. By repeatedly engaging in episodes of binge eating despite adverse consequences, like we discussed, despite them cutting your toes off, despite them cutting your feet off, your leg, you continue on drinking alcohol, which has lots of sugar, or eating a lot of sugar. And it says that you continue to use it with no regard to the negative consequences. Your clothes getting too small, your shoes getting ran over, legs rubbing together, rubbing your jeans out there in the middle. All of these consequences, and we just don't stop. What about that headache? What about that sick feeling? So like for me, if I have gone, I know once I went like 8 months without sugar and meat. And when I finally got some sugar, I didn't feel good. And when I ate meat, it like burnt my stomach. So there's changes that have good and bad consequences. But the point here is that I ate past that sickness and all of that stuff, and here I am. But I felt way healthier as a pescatarian and would like to get back to that. However, I'm just not doing enough cooking right now. That's just it. So other than that, this week, y'all, I just can't let them emotions get me down. So I have been doing some studying in that area of my emotions and learning different coping skills. But at the end of the day, it's going to be acceptance and not picking up no matter what. I like to watch 600-Pound Life for motivation. And what I notice about them all, besides the fact that they have an enabler that I don't have, they all have to exercise whatever they can do. So again, I'm going to try to get back on track with exercise. So I want to do weightlifting more than cardio. However, I love to do cardio because I can read my books on the machine. I'm going to have to just be uncomfortable for 30 minutes and do the weightlifting and maybe reward myself with cardio. That could be the thing. Or I don't know how to make weightlifting fun, y'all. So if there's a way y'all have made it fun, please put it down below. Like and subscribe, share, add people into the group that are on a weight loss journey, and we can do it together. And I want you guys to be putting in here your weight loss effort, your non-scale victory, whether you walk to your mailbox. I used to say that all the time. I think I'm going to start walking to my mailbox every day and seeing how much easier it becomes in time. But I know my first walk going to be horrible. But it's okay. I can do it more than one time. I can, come back to the house, sit down, do it again. You can work out in your home. You can work out with YouTube videos. You don't have to have an expensive gym membership. You just got to move your body whatever way you can move it. So, other than that, ladies and gentlemen, like I said, invite some people in. Go to my group, my gastric life, my what is it called? My bariatric life, and see what happened at the doctor yesterday. And if you know any people who have had bariatric surgery, please refer them or add them or invite them to my other group. I want to grow that group and invite them in here too to watch my personal story or my personal journey. But I want to see you guys' personal journey as well. Everybody ain't got to make a group. But if you make a group, please let me know so I can go in your group and give your group support. Other than that, ladies, I have written out my food plan for today. I haven't done the whole week yet. I used to do the whole week. When I did the whole week, I felt more secure. I just brought my food with me everywhere I go. And at first, I was ashamed of it. But I had to ask myself, do you want to carry this bag or do you want to continue to carry this caboose everywhere you go? Because you're going to take it with you everywhere you go. So I decided that I would just take that bag. And you have to take care of yourself. Like if you have a baby, you're going to bring that baby bag with you everywhere you go. You're not going to be like, the bag too heavy. I don't want to bring the bottles. I don't want to bring the pamper. No, you're going to bring it all. You're going to bring that whole bag and that whole baby. So you have to have a baby bag for yourself. And as a treat, I highly recommend that you get something very cute and colorful like you like it, so that you will not be ashamed to carry your lunch bag. Be unique. Anyway, that's it for this week's episode. I hope you guys do some more research on food addiction. I'm going to do some research for you all. I've been reading, but I have to get it down into bite-sized pieces. So every week, we're going to bite off a piece of that food addiction and we're going to talk about it. I will see you guys next week.